Welcome to The Vault with Fine and Child. This is a safe space where we talk all things life and money and no topics are off limits. Howdy.
Howdy. I've not said that for a while. I love that greeting.
You always liked the cowboy emoji.
Yeah, I love the cowboy emoji.
In Slack or on WhatsApp.
Most used.
Yeah. I don't know what mine is.
I keep doing the signal.
Salute. Yeah, Neil's like, tell her to stop it. She's not a Gen Z.
I got it from you. I got it from Lucy.
I know. Yeah. Anything that we do is always...
Neil, you can tell me. You don't have to send your messages to your wife. Tell me I'm immature or not. Or tell me I'm too old. I know.
We always do stuff 3 months later.
And then I know.
We catch on from Lucy and Lydia and then, it was too late.
I've got a funny story about emojis, actually.
Oh, go on.
So the company that Alex works for, everyone's kind of all over the world, and he manages a team, and he was getting some feedback and stuff from his team members, and there's someone on his team, I can't remember where she's from, and Alex is such a monotone Manchester voice, and he uses like the worst emojis ever. Like he sends the serial killer smiley face as like a good response. And he got feedback from one of his team members that like she thought that he hated her
because of the emojis that he used.
Yeah,
and the way
and
how
he's
direct
just so
he is.
like straight faced. Like I'm sorry for the listeners. I'm doing a straight face right now.
And is he like that with you?
No.
So it's a work thing.
Yeah, he's just like.
Oh.
You've done it before when you've listened to Neil and you've gone, oh my God, this is
it
so
makes me
awkward.
cringe. It makes me cringe talking out of like.
And he's just being direct.
Was your verbal punctuation like
verbal punctuation?
Where's your rise and fall
Yeah,
in your
where's the
tone?
intonation?
Where's your shit sandwich?
Yeah, Neil's not got one. Neil had a call. He's like a casserole because it's all just mixing together. But he had a call and he's in sales, but someone was selling to him, and the guy was on the phone and I was cringing because I could hear it. And the guy was like, so why did you respond to my LinkedIn thing? Like, what was it about my LinkedIn inbound to you that like made you want to pick up the phone? And Neil was like, well, yeah, to be fair, he was like, I never usually respond, and same, like, and everyone sat here probably gets so many rubbish inbound sales LinkedIn things that I just delete and block people and report them as well, so try me. And the guy was like being really salesy to Neil, and then so the guy did the pitch for the thing and Neil went, yeah, that's good. He went, but it's out of our budget. We definitely will not be taking this product. I was like, oh my God. Whereas usually if someone had sold to me, I'd be like, that sounds great. I'll discuss it with the team. I'll get back to you. Like such a...
Even if you don't want it.
Even if I don't want it, I'd be like, I've got to speak to my co-founder. Like always put it on Laura. Like I can't make this decision. This is a number. I can't make the decision. So I'll speak to the co-founder because that's what we do. Neil's just like, nah, mate, we're not taking that on. It's too expensive. And the guy was like, oh, right. But actually, also, that saves so much time for both of them because
that
then...
guy's not got false hopes.
I would have got then another inbound that would be like, hey, where are you up to? Have you decided? Like, time? Neil's like, no, we're just not having it. Thanks, bye. That was the end of the call.
It's like the more directness. I mean, I've said this before about like Germans have really, really good strategy when it comes to being direct. And we've talked about it with you in Amsterdam before about like, and the Dutch, are they quite direct?
Yeah, very.
When you grew up there.
Yeah.
You know where you stand, but is it like, can you be more direct as a result? Are you not? Like what?
I think I'm quite direct.
Mm-hmm. Do you think you take that from
I'm
living
very
there?
literal. I've always been told I'm very literal. So.
Right.
Maybe that's your Dutch influence.
I mean, there's a middle ground, isn't there? I think
Yeah.
It can be quite rude.
Oh, definitely.
But I think sometimes Brits like use humour and like they don't like feeling awkward, so they'll like overcompensate on stuff. Whereas actually some other cultures like directness, you just move much quicker. Or being a bit more male sometimes, like in those fields like of sales and whatnot. Just like, no, that's not going to work for us. Sorry. Oh, no,
you
not
don't
saying
need to
sorry.
manage their emotions, do you? When it's
Yes.
just someone that's popped up on LinkedIn. You don't
Yeah.
have to.
But the team member thing's really interesting. Like what emojis, how they can be interpreted.
I thought you were going to say he used like an emoji and it was like totally inappropriate in her culture. Like, I'm not saying like aubergine, but like, do you know what I mean? Like she totally misunderstood.
Yeah.
And it sounds like she did, but in like an okay way. I thought she'd used an emoji and she was like...
And you said he used the psycho one.
Yeah, he uses that as like...
But I don't see that as...
Psycho.
Is
that
that
a big,
good idea?
real, I'm really happy with you. Big
Super
smiley
happy.
face.
Really happy.
No, I see this as...
Oh, God. Did he take the feedback on board? Is he like rearranged his
Yeah, he uses the teeth
emojis?
one now.
And now everything is fine. I think
she can sleep at night.
I think she needs to get a grip.
I will use the cycle killer one with the knife.
Does he say get a grip but then smile?
Get a grip. Okay, controversial money opinion time. If your partner won't talk money, run.
Ooh.
What do we think?
Your partner won't. Well, that's all we talk about. It's like, it's the road that leads to, like opportunity and shared goals and practical things, utilities, like stuff that you actually have to deal with every single day. So I probably agree with the statement. Like, if you're not talking about money because it genuinely touches every part of your life, what else are you not talking about? Like, why can't we have this conversation? And a lot of people come into relationships with really bad money management because of stuff they've learned as kids, negative relationship with previous partners. Like, I understand why people would have hesitance, but just to not talk about it at all just is red flag.
But like, if on the flip side, like if someone's like boring about money, that's all they want to talk about.
Yeah.
You're probably like, can we just not talk about the budget anymore, please? Can we just enjoy this meal and not talk about it? It's really, really hard, especially when you have kids and stuff. It is, and you've got shared bills and shared responsibilities, definitely. But some people might just be like, can we just enjoy ourselves?
Because sometimes it is too much, isn't it? Like, the good thing about our methodology is you do it at the beginning of the month. You do the work as you do in your budget, and you kind of set everything going. So there shouldn't be constant conversation. There doesn't need to be. There might be if stuff comes up and practical stuff, but arguably we don't have to and ah and talk about, should we go out for dinner tomorrow? Should we go out at the weekend? Should we buy that person that thing? Because we've already decided it at the beginning of the month and the money's been put aside. So I get it in that respect that you wouldn't want to constantly talk about it, but
other people don't talk about it for like secrecy. Like, are they ashamed of something? Are they private and don't have any intention of sharing knowledge, sharing what they have, sharing their goals? Like, it.
I don't know how people live double lives.
Double lives
on that, like.
Oh yeah. Like,
how does money come in?
Just shows where you're spending your money. So
yeah, like, we're so intertwined with money, and we always talk about it as couples. And you are to a point as well with Alex. Like, you've got the shared goals and with the house and stuff. But some people literally have double lives whereby they are living. They're walking out the door. They're saying they're going to a certain job. They're not going to that job. They say that they're working away. They're with another family. Like, how do you manage money? How does that person? It's hard enough anyway.
It's hard enough doing one budget.
That's what I mean, as a family, as a, like, coming home every day and managing that money. Some people literally live double lives. Financially does that work?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know how they can afford it in a cost of living crisis. I wonder if it had an impact on secret families. Oh, can't have that affair now because
it's too expensive.
Gotta be watching the pennies. But they don't share, do they? So they don't.
Yeah,
have
you don't know
accounts.
how much
they
that
don't just
person's
transfer the money
getting
in.
paid for a job.
They don't share how much they're getting paid, and they do the household bills and work backwards and go, okay, yeah, how much is half the bills? Right, I'll put that in. Sweet.
Yeah.
know? It's like people don't know how much like really good cycling bikes. Is that the right thing? I was going to say mountain bikes, and then I was going to say road bikes, and I came out with cycling bikes. You know, I saw. Did I send it to someone? I might have sent it to Lydia or Lucy. The golf club. When the wife didn't know how much golf clubs cost, she's in the golf club store, and it was refreshing because it was different to like stupidly expensive handbags or stupidly expensive shoes. It's usually the woman,
it's
and
like $1,000 or something for
a good one.
A stick, one stick. She's just going for one stick.
And you've got a bag full at home.
You've got loads of sticks.
It's like, yeah, and he's like, but if I use it every weekend for 3 years, she's like, what? She even says, can you get them on finance? She's like, can we, like, over £1,000 for one?
Oh my
golf
God.
club? And it like didn't look. I mean, if any men listen to this, they're like, yeah, that's what they cost.
Yeah, I know that golf is like, it can be an expensive hobby, but even paying for like the membership's like really expensive and stuff.
But imagine, like, what do people do? Right? Do you buy a full set of average Joe ones, right? When you first get into golf and you're finding your way, everyone has this. They've all got a set. Do they get one and then they go
upgrade one,
and then I'm going to upgrade one at a time? So like, if your driver is the thing, or your putter is the thing,
you get a bougie one of those.
You get that for Christmas, or buy that one thing. Or...
There was like the Masters, like a few months ago, and Rory McIlroy won.
McIlroy.
That one.
I thought he was
McEnroe is
like
John McEnroe.
tennis player.
Yeah.
And I said, like, he is like a multi-millionaire, and he still has that ugly like teddy on the top of his club. I'm like, why have you still
Maybe
got
it's
this like,
sentimental, though.
like you've won it out of a Blackpool like grabber machine?
Maybe you
like,
did, yeah.
What is all that? It gives me the ick. But the guy that Neil sold his bike to, Neil's bike was expensive, but it was like an agreed like costing. Like we both agreed that he was going to do it. He did it a lot in lockdown. When he sold his bike, the guy that bought it was like, "Oh, I literally buy a new bike every week. Like my wife has no idea. She thinks they're like
Oh my God.
200 quid ago. They're not. Like Neil's bike was expensive to buy secondhand, so it was really expensive to buy. And he got it like purpose built and stuff. And the guy was just like, "Yeah, she got no idea." He's like, "I've got like 5
Oh
in
my God.
my garage, and I just constantly change like a couple of them all the time."
One of the our friends in the village, she's a school mum and school dad, and he likes, like I said, likes toys, likes gadgets. So it's a motorbike, got mountain bike, got a cycle bike. I'm saying it again, a road bike, and with that all comes the gear and the helmets and the stuff like that. And I was with both of them, and he was like, "Oh, I really fancy a caravan." I was like, "You are not having a caravan," because she rolled her eyes and went, "I don't really want one." I was like, "Okay, what are you selling first?" And he's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like,
You've got to give one up.
"What are you selling before? Because you can't ride all of them at the same time. Like, there's going to be some that you don't need." And she absolutely will have no idea, or she won't care. But maybe like, I don't know. I think sometimes when you earn less, you don't want to judge what the other's spending money on, which must be really, really difficult. But I could see her eyes rolling. I was like, "I'll say it for you. Don't you worry."
I never bothered about Neil spending money on the bike. It was more the middle aisle bike cleaning products that pissed me off. Like he'd go to Lidl or Aldi and he'd be like, "Look what I've got!" Like 20 cans of like bike cleaner. I'm like, "She's Fairy Liquid," or like, I don't even know. Honestly, the stuff that was taken up in the garage were the
Accessories.
They
accessories.
love accessories.
Yeah.
I know. But it was like cleaning stuff. I'm like, it's not even clean. Like, I wouldn't mind if it was like this pristine, like, you see men with, you all see them walking past the garage and the man's like, thinking over the car, like shammying. Yeah, I was like, what's the
shimmying or shammying?
Shimmying and shammying. It wasn't even clean.
But it had a really good, did you say Bike Brazil, full suite of cleaning products?
Literally, I was like, sell
It's a bonus.
everything. And then Neil's lost loads of weight, so we're trying to sell all these like clothes at the moment, of which men's clothes seem to do better on Vinted, apparently. He was looking at all the stuff, hold the value more. There's probably less of them and higher
There's
quality
less of them, and they
stuff.
don't keep changing fashion.
Exactly.
That's the thing. They don't
And
get out of fashion.
He's got a bag of golf stuff and he's like, "I need those." I was like, "You don't golf?" He was like, "I might do once a year or something." I was like, "They're
So
going."
keep one set.
Literally, I was like, "Keep one polo, one pair of pants."
I've always thought golf, like, you just wear things that you like.
No,
It's
you
it's
have-
just chinos
no,
and a shirt and a polo.
Yeah.
You have
And
to
I
get
was
a
like,
little hat and everything.
"Yeah, a little hat."
No, but the polo is just like a fashion polo.
No, they're like golf brands that they prefer.
But you just do this. You can wear anything for that.
You can't. I think one thing I'll say about golf is you have to go to the clubhouse, and it's a very like formal thing. You can't just turn up in
I mean, like a
random
nice
stuff.
Lacoste white polo. Like, I wasn't thinking like.
There was like silky ones, like sporty silky ones.
Little numbers.
Well,
Listen,
I'm not
they're going
judging.
anyway.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what they are. They're going.
If he needs to borrow a white polo because he's not got
buy
one.
Get to
He can
Cheshire
get
Oaks.
one.
Sorry to all the golfers. We're literally like belittled that sport to like.
I'm here for the education. I'm definitely out of touch. But listen, women are the spenders usually. Women are the spenders, but there's a gadgets and gizmos and there's a lot of flack sometimes given, obviously, to women and overspending on things that don't. Why are you spending money on that for? But it's okay to buy golfing stuff. It's okay to buy cycling stuff. It's okay to buy this and
or the season ticket that you're like, "Oh yeah, that's fine." But then it's we go out for drinks before, we go on the coach, we stay a night away, we make a weekend of it. So
all things are not equal.
nope, they're not.
Okay, I've got a first dilemma of the day. How do we budget as a couple when one of us is neurodivergent? Hi, I'd love your thoughts on how to approach budgeting as a family when one partner is neurodivergent. My husband is neurodivergent, and whilst he's fully on board with improving our finances and we share the same long-term goals, he really struggles with budgets and how overwhelmed he feels during money conversations. We've found that traditional budgeting methods, especially ones that rely on rigid systems or lots of detail, don't quite work for us. What tips or adjustments would you recommend for making budgeting feel more accessible and sustainable for both partners in this kind of dynamic?
Even the fact that he, is different and thinks about it different and feels about it different is a massive win, because I see it when people just are so rigid, like I said, whether it's to the 50-30-20, whether it's to knowing all the detail.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that we've covered quite a lot because so many people share their experiences. We've touched on it on an Unlocked pod, and I definitely profess we're obviously not experts in neurodivergence. We're obviously not medical, but we've lots and lots of case studies that you guys keep sharing with us. And I definitely I've not been diagnosed, but there's just definitely tendencies which in a couple is really interesting. Like I think Carl's got OCD and I've got some form of ADHD.
100%.
So which is what that can do is he needs the detail and he needs to do it now, and it's something that he wants to do now, and I'm like, oh, no chance. Like the founder of Financial is like, I am not doing the budget today.
Mm-hmm.
I say that often
because
I need the right headspace, the right time, and then I'm like, should we do the budget and should we do the net worth and should we colour all the different charts in and shall we? And I'm literally, this poor guy must be scared to ask, should we do the budget? I mean, sometimes again, it's all about, sometimes it's that kind of tendencies, and sometimes it's I'm not a night owl, I'm a morning girl, and this is since having kids definitely, and I sometimes, if we've had a really busy day and we're doing all the different activities and then we sit down and then it's 9:30 at 10, and bear in mind my alarm's 5:40 for the gym. Lots of people ask me this, how do you both do the gym? Well, we're very, very strict about letting both of us have time working out. And I get up at 5:40, I do a 6:15 till 7 usually in the village. I get back at 7:05. He goes 7:05 to just after 8. And so I can shower and get dressed then, but he's usually got some of the kids dressed. It is like a military operation, but that's the only way we share it. We're very, very equal. And we both muck in with the kids so that we can get out the door. But my day starts earlier. So not only, I saw something on TikTok, which means it's absolutely true, that women need 10 hours sleep.
Yeah, 8 hours.
All the studies were done on men.
Yeah, 8 hour thing's bullshit. And sometimes Neil's like, you're going to bed already? I'm like, yes, I'm tired and I require it.
But imagine that's I'm wearing an aura ring at the moment that it's funny because my husband got it through work a long time ago, so it's the OG, it's the very first one, and it's too big. I use it for my sleep, so I don't really use it during the day and stuff. And I'm caveating that because I don't want everyone to run out and buy one. I'm not trying to influence.
It was free.
It was free, and so I've got it, and it looks like it looks like
my husband's wedding ring.
It looks like a wash. It looks like a washer from a nut and bolt and from a tire maybe. Anyway, and it was talking about sleep, and I think yesterday it said I'd had 6 hours sleep, which actually sometimes I can get a 5. So I was like, oh, not too bad. And today it was 7:17, which is why I'm probably full of loads of energy. I'm still not at the 8. And then I saw this TikTok that's basically telling me I'm still under by 2 hours. So long story short, it's I want to get into bed and start winding down as early as possible. I'll try to get to sleep by 10. Although I said earlier, I keep seeing 22 on the clock, and that must be the last thing I see. And if he says, oh, should we do that life admin task that he's probably wanted to get around to all day, but it's been chaotic. And I literally would be like,
are you kidding me?
We absolutely cannot. He's just suggested, so we start a game of chess. Of course we're not going to do it now. But then what am I doing? Coming to the table going, I don't know, I'm picking another time. There's no other free time. There's no time to do it.
But just when it suits you.
Over lunch, if we're both working from home, it depends on our calls, but if we can take 20 minutes and have our lunch together, that would be a really good time to do it. So I need to be proactive and say, because he's always available, he's always good,
he can make it
with
work,
his budget, but I'm like, now's the sweet spot, let's do the budget. So I went on, that was a long story, I'm sorry everyone, but I just think I want to share that I'm the founder of a finance brand, and sometimes I don't want to do the budget. It's how you feel, it's how well you are, it's your personality type. The minute you both know that like sets you off going much, much better. For the strategy, and Holly and I both do this, putting the effort in once at the beginning of the month and setting your boundaries and using digital pots for your sinking funds and your flexible expenses means that you don't have to keep going back into the budget if you want to. We have our super loyals, our OCDers, our spreadsheeters that love coming into the app and tracking every expense. And if you want to go really lean and really efficient, it is literally the best way. The results that we get from people that track their actuals.
It's like tracking your calories if you're on a
specific
fitness journey.
Yeah, it's really
it's hard work,
intentional.
but it really makes you go, oh, that chocolate bar wasn't worth it because
I put things back before when I've been on a mission.
You're going, do I want the apple and peanut butter and rice cakes with cottage cheese, or do I want half an Easter egg? And even the half Easter egg doesn't meet half of the calories, but you know that the good stuff's going to carry you through much longer. So it just makes you more intentional, makes you more aware. But it's not for everyone. It is for some people. Some couples, half of the couple might do it, half the couple might think it's the worst idea in the world.
And that's a good point, actually, like, leaning into if you want to go super intense, it's okay. As long as you both agree on the budget, you don't both have to do it. You play to your strengths. So there could be like this month, I was in that space and Carl did our budget. And then we had a 2-minute, right, we had an excess. So I thought this, Albie's got extra dance this month. You're doing, you've got this ticket and that ticket. Does this look all right?
Like
and
a
I was
show
like,
and tell.
Like a show and tell. He didn't do a presentation though, Lucy, not on your level. I will ask you for that next time. But that worked for us because of our different personalities and for where we were at. But then I know now, because we have auto transfer on most of our sinking funds and flexibles. That's a tip. Again, if there are certain things that are quite consistent in your budget, if you set up the auto transfer in like your Starling, your Monzos, whatever, that moves it all. But I know I'm thereabouts. So like if I spend the food budget, so I know if I'm running a bit low, I can have a conversation with Carl and I'll have a little look in a different bucket and move some money over if I need to, if I've shot it wrong or if I've ordered extra. Like when you order mayo and olive oil, like we talked about this with you before, didn't we? So like your staples that cost a fortune, but we might need to juggle. But that's the only thing we have to do. It's not let's go through the whole receipt and let's
Yeah, I think the good thing about our plan is there's a plan, so you can stick to it. So there's structure, but there's also flexibility, and if you're neurodivergent, that can change every single day. One day you might want to be more flexible. The next one you might want a bit of structure. And I think it just lends itself to everyone. It's not so like prescriptive that if you go off course, the disaster, that's it, the month's done. Yeah. Like throw it in the bin, I'll start again next month. You can flip and change and move depending on what's happening. But just having that one day when it's payday or the day that you do your budget as a couple, it is really important to put it aside, because Neil and I have felt... when we've not done it, something we've been busy, we're catching up a few days later. That's when it is quite chaotic. And even today, I messaged Neil saying, "Can you please just? I'm really sorry, but I utilise our main current account that's got a bit of a slush funding just in case we need it. I've utilised it a bit too much. I didn't transfer stuff and whatnot, and so he's doing a bit of a while I'm not there and it's quiet. He's having to go back and move things around, and so you don't want to get to that place. Is what I would say. You do have to be quite strict with your day. That one day. It's one day. It's not even a day.
Put it in your calendar.
Yes.
So you can kind of prepare yourself for it.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things we say about date night. We've got some good articles in the app. If you go into the app and on the home screen, you scroll down to blogs and you search like date night, you'll find like some plans and stuff. And it's all about like, what's the right time for both of you? When are there no distractions, where it's not like, your favorite football team or the kids are running around if you've got kids, or you have...
we tried to do it. We're going out the door 20 minutes later. Like, don't do that, because you're going to end up falling out. All right? From experience. It doesn't end well, okay? If you've got a deadline, because it can go on and it can, disruptions and stuff. Don't do it if there's kids around. By God, don't do it if there's kids around. Or if you do, go and put them on the iPad or put them outside. I've done it like we've done our budget like Sunday morning in bed with a cup of tea. I've done it on holiday. That's a lovely place to do it. On your own.
Yeah, just on the sun lounger. Well, when you can see your screen, it's annoying, isn't it? Like, I want to be here, but I want to be on my phone.
Under the towel.
Yeah, like with my kids
scrolling on TikTok.
Who does that? We're doing a no social media holiday.
We're planning that later in the year.
I don't have it anyway, half the time. I'm either all in or I'm nothing. And I've not had social media for a couple of weeks, and I'm like, so when we go on holiday, we're doing a no social media. And Neil's like, I guess I'm doing a no social media holiday then. But sometimes it's like the kids want to play, and you're like, you get a bit, because you're in a hole. Like, you get why kids
Yeah, you get your
Can I go on
dopamine.
your phone? And you go, no, and they go, well, you're on it.
Yeah. So no social media hole.
Okay, community win time. Sending a load of financial appreciation. I'm so glad I discovered the Vault episodes and I got hooked on the app 3 months ago. I honestly can't believe the shift I've had with my mentality towards money. I've been able to build a mini emergency fund, pay off a loan I had with my family, and my phone contract. It feels like I'm leaps and bounds ahead of where I thought possible. Thank you so much for making my money journey feel less daunting.
Aww.
Well done, Vault
Nice.
listener, especially because she says she was from the Vault.
So many people
extra
keep
class.
coming in from the Vault, and then they go back and listen to like 20 episodes ago, and then they'll message us and they'll be like, when you said about, I'm like, can't remember what I said yesterday.
To the last question.
I love it and I'm not here for it, but sometimes I'm like, let me just refresh, and I have to like put in the group Slack channel, like, what did we say on this episode?
The paying back family is just
Yeah.
such a lovely win, because family, usually will want to be paid last. Will not, don't worry, just when you can. But there's just something that hangs over you when it's family, when you feel guilty and you want to pay it back. And when you've done the work and made that excess in your budget, and you go to Nana, mum, brother,
With the
whoever it's
money.
been, and you go, oh, thank you so much, really appreciated that. Won't be needing to borrow anything again. ever.com, and you give them money. Like, it's such a win.
Because how many people like constantly go to the family for money? Like, it's their line of credit.
Oh, definitely. And
Must be a horrible
we've had lots
feeling.
of dilemmas
Yeah.
on this before. Sometimes we've not aired them actually because they've been just quite intimate and quite vulnerable. And maybe we should and be brave enough to do that. But there's been somewhere like it's repeat borrowing, and you're the person, and you feel like the black sheep of the family,
Yeah.
and you just get this like reputation. And sometimes people need to borrow money because they've had to leave relationships and they've been through, or they've had health issues. Like, there's lots of different reasons for it. It's where this is why like building up an emergency fund is really, really important. Getting the right income protection and insurances is really, really important, because it builds resilience.
Yeah.
And it means that you virtually never have to ask. The number of times that the reasons that people should have to ask to borrow money is extreme.
Yeah.
Like, fundamentally cannot move forward.
No, you're all going to Gran Canaria on a family holiday. I've not saved. I have no money. Can you like
Can you lend me and
submit
I'll pay you back? Or like lending, like,
to buy cars that they can't afford?
yeah, just lots.
Because
of
they want
different-
it. Because they want it.
It needs to be for your own like well-being.
Yeah.
It needs to be an absolute necessity. But lots of us just pre-financial just don't think like that. It's very, very normal. You sometimes have family like going, oh, I'll lend it you. I'll lend it you. So like, 'cause, it's no judgment, but it starts now. Like, you pay family back and you go, won't need you again, but thank you.
Did anyone see the community post in the comment a few weeks ago? A person had written that their mum had lent money from them. So like they were the lendee. What would you say?
Lender.
Lender. Oh yeah.
Under.
It was one or the other. 50-50. I went wrong. She lent her mum money, and then she was getting extremely frustrated because the mum was showing no intentions of giving it back. And she'd asked a few times, and she said it was getting up to a point where it was awkward, and she felt like her mum was just never going to pay it back. So she asked for a bit of advice from the community. People had obviously been listening to the pod because we've talked about it before. About 3 people said, you're not getting that money back. You have to make peace with it. Consider it a gift to your mum and move on. And they were
So
just like,
proud.
because it will just weigh heavily on you. You'll constantly not be able to
You're
sort
already
your
disappointed. So it's hard.
you'll not be able to sort your money journey out because you'll be like, oh, but I'll be getting that back. So like you wait on stuff and you don't do stuff because you're expecting money to come back. So yeah, about 3 people said, consider it a gift and let it go. And I was like, that's such good. Like, how mature is that?
Well,
and
I
growth?
just think we always say this, like, you can control how you feel about something. You can't, you really can't influence and control other people. And you never know, like, maybe she'll pay it, but that's a bonus.
It's a bonus,
But it's the waiting for it. And you're already disappointed in your family member if they borrow, especially that relationship. It's like the wrong way around, isn't it? Like as a caregiver, like you would be like, I would lend, I would give. And there's also, I think, amazing situations. Like one of the nicest things, and you know, our parents have worked hard and been fortunate and had a lot of luck. So they've got a situation where they're very financially resilient. Like they're not wealthy, but like they're comfortable. And we've never needed to. No. But we would in a minute. And we would 100%. Give, we wouldn't lend.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine the joy that comes from that, you know, as people get older and more successful, and you know, parents have sacrificed so that you can go to university, so that you can work this job, looked after your kids here, there, and everywhere. And we do have friends in our circle where they've been able to gift mum and dad something and treat mum and dad something. It must be lovely, but it must be difficult if it's lending and thinking that you're going to get it back, because just that relationship.
The relationship dynamic, this is off. It's just off.
Well done.
Yeah.
I love that. If you'd like to tell us your win, head to the community in the app or email it to thevault@financial.com. Okay, time for our next dilemma. Do I contribute to my friend's wedding? My dilemma is relating to my best friend and her wedding. We've been best friends for our entire lives. She's like a sister to me, and I treasure our relationship so much. She's decided to elope in secret at the end of this year, and the only guests will be me and one other person, so I feel very honoured to be asked. She and her partner are self-funding the wedding with minimal family help. We will need to travel by train to the wedding, as it's on the other side of the UK, and we'll be staying in the hotel for 2 nights. The bride has said she will pay for everything for me. That includes my train tickets, hotel room, hair, makeup, and my meal. Although I appreciate this will cost substantially less overall for them than having a larger wedding, I have this feeling of guilt that I should contribute in some way. I haven't broached this subject with her yet. I earn considerably less than her and her fiancé, but I know their outgoings are larger than mine, as they have a child and a mortgage, etc. I don't have any siblings or a large group of friends, so I can imagine this will be the only wedding in my life where I'm part of the bridal party. If we were attending a larger wedding, I would likely gift them money. However, as it's a considerably smaller and more intimate day, I'm torn as to whether I should gift them money like I would for a normal wedding, or whether I should be paying for a part of the wedding, i.e. my own hair, makeup, I'm already buying my own dress, or even my hotel room, or whether another gift would be more suitable. Like most people in this community, I'm on a debt-free journey, but I have until the end of the year to save up a sinking fund to contribute something. I just don't know what the etiquette would be. I just know I feel awkward and uncomfortable about someone paying for me when they're on their own money journey themselves. Is this guilt all in my head? Any advice on what I should do would be most appreciated.
The guilt is all in your head.
It's all in your head.
Definitely.
It's in your head.
Zombie.
It is. Yeah. No, it literally is. Like, I feel like this is a female thing. If the groom's
if they want a man, he's not thinking this.
He's not lost sleep on this. He's like, sign me up. When we going? What are we? I'm having the steak. I'm having sides. Like, is it Neil? I'm having prawns to start, steak for main, champagne. You know, like,
yes, I'm saving him a fortune.
Literally,
for not having to do a full wedding.
You are actually like, they are saving a fortune by not having a huge wedding. And if they've explicitly said from the start, we want to take you, we want you to come. Like, you are obviously a very important person in their life, like almost family. So see it that way. Let them gift you with this like special experience. And you fretting over it and tiptoeing around it and feeling guilty about it could actually end up hindering the really nice experience, because you might be there thinking,
yeah, you can't make it icky.
Yeah,
you
I feel
make
awkward.
them feel
like,
uncomfortable.
I'm so sorry. Like, no, it's their wedding. They just let them enjoy themselves. Or like, honestly, it's in your head. Like,
I'm
it genuinely
here for
is.
The elopement. I know we're hearing more and more of these, and people being very pragmatic about the wedding that's right, the wedding that's right for them, and doing it how they want to. I think it's okay to offer once.
Yes.
So if you've not done yet, then you get one ticket, one pass where you can say, really looking forward to it. Is there anything that I can contribute? For example, my train ticket or hotel. Not hair and makeup. You get your own dress anyway. Not anything else. Not your meal. But usually you would transport yourself to a wedding, and wedding party would usually get rooms sometimes paid for. But let's pretend you get one chance at this, and you don't grovel
Over-egg it.
and you don't make her feel uncomfortable.
Is there anything I can contribute? Don't even say what
Then I can
don't list
contribute.
the things. Just say,
Yeah.
I would love to. Is there anything? Are you sure I can't contribute to anything? And I bet she says, no. And just let it go.
And then that's it. You can't raise it again because then you're being a bit of a pain.
You're annoying.
And you're making it about you. You're annoying.
You're just annoying.
But it's where you make it about you. I do say this before, like your worry and your guilt becomes the main character.
Yeah.
And it's like,
it's going to interfere. I've done it so much in my life where I worry too much about something and I end up ruining the experience
Speaking
for myself
from
and arguing for other people because I'm constantly, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? It gets annoying. Just enjoy yourself.
Yeah,
like,
you get
honestly.
one time to check because, it's very nice to be in check with that and in touch and care about your friend. But like I said, you can't make it about you and how you feel. You need to work on yourself. And like I said, it's okay for people to buy you things. It's okay for people to treat you and you go, thanks so much for this. Like we've had that before. I've got such different good groups of different friends and you've been gifted experiences. And like our friends paid for us to go to a charity dinner, paid for everyone. Such a nice
repay them.
You want to repay them, but do you know what you should do? If it's a charity auction or a charity raffle,
take money with
you. Take money. You buy raffle tickets. You contribute to the charity. You buy a round of drinks. And then you've paid a bit and it's not as much as a thing, but it's just a symbol of you're not expecting to be a freeloader and you're not expecting someone else to pick up the bill because that's like a different kind of ickiness. There's a balance. It's like there's a middle of the road. I think you can ask once and then what should she do?
What's wedding
on the
gifting?
gift? Maybe speak to the other person that's been invited.
It'll be a useless man.
Yeah.
Yep. For sure.
Sorry, men. Like you're not all useless, but this one would be.
He's going to come to her.
Because I already like his image.
Face it.
I like the guy's image.
It's
He's
just
already
chill.
like,
He's
chill,
chill.
or whatever. You can ask her. Like I would also.
Are you going on a honeymoon? So then that's like a money's always a nice gift, or if not, like a nice
meal,
like a babysitting voucher if they've got kids,
meal
where they can go out for a meal.
Yeah,
they're like, I'll buy you here's not a Nando's, but like maybe a little bit elevate it a little bit, but not too much that it puts you in debt. And it puts
no, it wouldn't go far.
It
in
won't go
Hawksmoor.
far enough.
Yeah, it'd be a steak.
Neil
got a nice
Neil
steak.
got bought £100, maybe even more gift voucher for Hawksmoor, and I swear to God, I was like, we literally got to pay like 70 quid towards this meal. We were
It's
sat
a
there.
loss. It's a
It's
loss.
a loss. A
We're
loss
down.
maker. We are down.
But I think if you've got the rest of the year to save,
Yeah.
I think £100 is plenty time between the summer and the rest of the year to save for this. And whether it's cash and you put in a card and you say, this is for like whatever you want, whether it's a honeymoon, whether it's a nice dinner out, this is for babysitting.
Voucher, yeah.
I think if
that's
that's a lot of money.
Thoughtful.
So
really thoughtful.
Yeah.
And if you do want to go ask the other person, then they can go in it as well. And it's a bit more of a chunkier one.
Well, that's a good idea. They might want help. They've not thought about it. So
This man is you're going to get a message from them.
Yeah.
maybe you're going to get together.
You do this.
And maybe it's going to be a love story.
Oh,
This is your meet cute. Hey, what are you getting for the wedding?
golf hat. This is your golf. A putter.
Maybe you are the main character.
Yeah, maybe you
Maybe
are.
it is going to be about you.
Yay.
It's all about you.
Can you let us know? We absolutely need to follow
I
up
have
now.
literally married you off.
Yeah, we've married you off.
Yeah,
This is
with the
She's
useless
going to be
man.
like,
who's playing them.
it's a 50-year-old, like, older brother that's like...
He thinks you're getting together. You are having an early night.
Put your aura ring on.
I am.
Sorry, my aura ring's telling me I need to go to bed. Good night.
I am so invested
I am.
in the elopement and then any potential.
There's no hint of that, but there is now.
Yeah, we didn't get that vibe, but we've created it.
Okay, that is all for this episode. The vault is now locked. And just a quick disclaimer, the vault is just a chat around life and money topics. We are not giving financial advice.